Hi, I'm David Wicker. Welcome to Healthy Shoulder and Rotator Cuff Secrets. I'm going to show you some simple techniques that should make your shoulder joint and the tightness between your shoulder blades feel better right away. We've got 3 phases to today's program. In phase 1, we're going to warm up and then stretch the muscles in the front of the shoulder joint. In phase 2, we're going to warm up and then stretch the muscles in the rear of the shoulder joint. And in phase 3, that's when we're going to stretch the tight muscles between the shoulder blades that run all the way up to the base of the neck. 3 principles to keep in mind. Principle number 1, breathe. When you breathe deeply, this causes your whole nervous system to relax, and it makes the exercises easier to do and even more effective. The second principle to keep in mind, relax. Don't clench your jaw or scrunch up your face or your shoulders. Relax your whole body and it'll be easier. And lastly, take it easy. If anything causes you pain or discomfort, all you got to do is back off or even skip it altogether. You don't have to go through any pain now in order to experience the benefits later. Stuff should feel great right from the beginning. So with all that in mind, let's get started. Okay, so let's begin phase 1. What you're going to need for this is a 2-pound weight. This is actually a 3-pound weight, but you can use a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 5-pound weight. But I would never exceed 5 pounds. That's not going to help you. In fact, it's going to work against you because you're going to be using the deltoid muscle. We want to get underneath the deltoid to these little muscles underneath here. The 4 stabilizer muscles of the rotator cuff: supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapularis. So, with that in mind, let's do this. Lay on your side. Knees are bent, and you support your head in your hand and relax your head into your hand. Now, if this is your sore shoulder, you may need to adapt your position. You may need to lay down like here, or here, or here. Any position that's comfortable will work, but make sure that you really rest your head. Now, we're going to grab the weight. Your elbow must be touching your hip. It has to touch. This would be a shorter fulcrum, but I want a long fulcrum right here. And we begin the first move, which is called the pulse. And with the pulse, we just do a tiny little pulsing motion up and down. This is going to warm up the muscles in the front of the shoulder joint. After we do this, we are going to switch the hand position. We simply turn the thumb facing upwards, and we continue in that motion. Up and down motion, breathing, relaxing the head. And from here, same thing, but now we turn the thumb facing downwards and we begin to do this little pulsation motion up and down. You are really going to get these rotator cuff muscles warmed up here. Now, from here, we go into the next move, which is called over the rainbow, in which case we simply do this. We touch one end, bring it over, touch the other end. Back and forth, making sort of a horseshoe or a rainbow shape, back and forth, warming up the muscles. You will feel a burning sensation in the shoulder. This is good for you because it's lubricating those muscles, it's strengthening them, making them less prone to injury, and it's delivering oxygen to the area to promote healing, and it breaks down scar tissue. 1, 2, last 1, 3. Set it down, feel the blood flow right into the shoulder. And now, take the ball of the weight, put it in the palm of your hand. You're going to write on the wall, not the floor, but the wall, using your wrist, not the elbow, and write in cursive, my shoulder, O-U-L-D-E-R, feels, F-E-E-L-S, great, G-R-E-A-T. Cross the T, exclamation point, set it down, and feel that blood rush. Excellent. Now then, now that we've warmed up the muscles in the front of the rotator cuff, we're going to stretch them. Take your hand, place it on your hip, and simply do a circular motion with your shoulder. 3, 2, 1. And now we reverse direction. 3, 2, 1. Now if you can, you want a slightly more intense if it feels comfortable. What you'll do is you take your wrist, the back of your hand, and put it against the small of your back. Don't have your elbow up so high that your wrist bends, because that will absorb the torque which you want to go to the shoulder. So, hand isolated behind the back, and bring your elbow over the top of your body, and then roll the shoulder around like this. 3, 2, 1. Now reverse the direction. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now, let's get the other side. So, very simply, grab a hold of the weight, elbow on the hip, and begin the pulse. Up and down, 2-inch range of motion, elbow on the hip. Breathing, smiling, enjoying the beat. Now from here, we're going to change the direction, thumb facing up, and do the same motion. When you change the grip, you're still working those 4 muscles in the shoulder, but just in different proportions. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, after we've done enough of these, very simply, thumb faces downwards. The pinky faces up, the thumb is down, elbow is against the hip at all times. Excellent. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go over the rainbow. So, you tap, other end, tap, tap, tap. This is going to really get those rotator cuff muscles warming up in there. Breathe. Remember, breaking down scar tissue, lubricating the muscles, making them less prone to injury, delivering oxygen to heal. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the weight down. Oh, feel the burn. Now then, we're going to do the writing. So, put the ball of the weight in the palm of the hand, right on the wall, not the floor, but the wall with the wrist, not the elbow. Write in cursive. My shoulder, S-H-O-U-L-D-E-R, feels, F-E-E-L-S, the, T-H-E, burn, B-U-R-N, exclamation point, dot, set it down. Oh, feel that burn. All right, hand on the hip. Now we stretch, rolling the shoulder in circles. 3, 2, 1. You reverse the direction the other way. 3, 2, 1. Remember, small of the hand against the small of the back. Roll shoulder in circles. 3, 2, 1. Reverse the direction. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, that completes phase 1. All right, now we're going to move on to phase 2. So here's what we've done so far. Warmed up and then stretched the muscles in the front of the shoulder joint. Now, it's time to warm up and then stretch the muscles in the rear of the shoulder joint. So let's do it. We're going to come to triangle position. Feet flat on the ground, knees up in the air, laying back and relaxed. We're going to take the weight in our left hand, or whichever hand you have first, doesn't matter. So we'll get them both. Now, what we're going to do is, we're actually going to bring this hand over and touch the opposite shoulder, and then bring the back of the hand toward the ground. Now, if you feel any impingement in either direction, I want you to back it off. If you feel an impingement, you'll just do a tiny pulsation here. But let's do this. Touch the shoulder, bring the back of the hand down. Good. Shoulder and back. Touch the shoulder and back. Don't forget to breathe while you do this. Don't forget to smile and enjoy the beach. Breathe in. Touching the shoulder, bringing it back. 3 more times. 1, 2, and last time. Here we go. Touch and bring it back. Now then, I'm going to do a move I call the T-Rex. Straight up and down here. You're just going to let your hand fall out to the side. If you feel an impingement, you'll stop and pulsate at the edge of resistance. It may be here, it may be all the way down if your shoulder's okay. Tiny, little, slow, and controlled motions. We're going to do about 20 of these or so. Make sure that your face is relaxed and your head is on the ground. Your opposite palm faces upwards. Breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now bring the arm straight up. Now, go from this to the next move, which I call the chicken wing. You simply bring the elbow out here. So the elbow is straight out from the shoulder, and then the knuckles head toward the hip right here. Not out here, but straight toward the hip, making a V shape. We do a tiny little pulsation, almost like you're tapping a little thumbtack into the ground right here. Tiny little motion. Slow and controlled. If you feel an impingement, don't go down so far. You should feel a nice, find the edge of the resistance. Don't push through that resistance. Just find the edge, and it will loosen up naturally. From here, we change to the next hand position, just like we did in the last phase. Thumb is facing upward, just like we're tapping a little thumbtack. You should feel this in the rear of the shoulder joint. Breathing in, breathing out. And now from here, thumb faces down. This is the third position. Lightly tapping. You might feel a difference depending upon which hand position you have. Make sure that your feet are firmly in contact with the mat, and always rest your head on the ground. Now from here, after we've done the chicken wing, we're going to do working the hinge. And this is simply here, bringing the arm back of the hand toward the grass. If you feel impingement, you simply pulsate at the edge of resistance. Otherwise, you go back and forth. Good. And now, 2 more times. Forward. Slow and controlled motion. 1 more time. Down. And back. Now we're going to do the full arm. So this is the only time the elbow comes off the ground. Here. Straight up. And back. If you feel resistance, really go easy on this part. This is also really good for frozen shoulder. Forward. One more time. We're going to come forwards. Slow and controlled. Arm is straight. Then we bring it back. Excellent. Set the weight down. Well done. Now, we're going to get the other side. Take the weight in the other hand. And remember, shoulder tap and back. Bring your hand to the other shoulder and bring the back of the hand toward the ground. Try to keep the elbow close to the body the whole time. See how I keep my elbow right against my body for almost all of this, except for this last little part? Remember, if this causes you pain or discomfort on the way back down, especially through here, pulsate at the edge. Don't go all the way down unless it feels okay. And breathe. Enjoy the environment. It's a beautiful day. 3 more times. 3. Elbow in. 2. Slow and controlled. 1 more time. Shoulder tap. And back. Good. Now we're going to do the T-Rex. Elbow planted on the ground close to the body. The back of the hand simply falls out toward the mat. Keep your elbow in. Tight and tiny little pulsations. Remember, your range of motion is dictated by how you feel. If you feel like it's impinging, you come up a little bit higher. If you are able to go a little bit lower. But lower is not better. As long as you feel that you're tracking along the edge of resistance, that's the perfect spot. So breathe. Relax your face. Keep your head on the ground. Make sure your feet are firmly on the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, a couple more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go for chicken wing. So, arm is straight up here. Simply bring the elbow out. Then have the knuckles head in toward the hip. Not out here, but toward the hip. Making, once again, this V-shaped formation, knuckles to the hip. Opposite palm up, breathing. Do tiny little pulsation motions up and down. getting the blood flow to the rear of the shoulder joint. Nice. Now, turn the thumb facing upwards. We're going to get all three hand positions. This is the thumb up. Once again, keeping the knuckles pointed toward the hip. Now, third position, thumb down, pinky up. Tiny little pulsations, working the rear of the shoulder joint, breathing in, breathing out. And now we're going to work the hinge. Bring the back of the hand toward the grass, not all the way down, unless you can't do it comfortably. Forward, slow and controlled, working the rotation of the shoulder joint. Excellent. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't rush through this. The slower motion works the full range of the muscle fiber. Very important. Let's do one more time. Here and back. Now we're going to do the straight arm hinge. This is the one where we straighten the arm and we hinge at the shoulder. Slowly lifting up and bringing it back. Feel the stretch through here. Once again, never push through the natural range of motion. Back. Breathe. Slow, especially this last part. Really sink into it and let it open through the chest and through the shoulder. One more time, last time. Forwards. And then back. Set the weight down. Excellent. So that completes phase 2. All right, now it's time for phase 3. Here's what we've done so far. In phase 1, we warmed up and then stretched the muscles in the front of the shoulder joint. In phase 2, we just finished warming up and stretching the muscles in the rear of the shoulder joint. And now it's time to stretch the tight muscles between the shoulder blades that run all the way up to the base of the neck. You don't need a weight for this, so set it off to the side. Let's go. This first move is called the owl. Have your legs out front, feet together, legs together. What we're going to do is reach forwards and bring our hands down to our shins. Now some of you are so tight in the legs and the hips that you're not going to feel the stretch in your shoulders because you're so tight here. If that's the case, you may need to bend your knees a little bit. But don't bend them too much, just the minimum amount needed in order to take the pressure off of this area. And by the way, if you're super tight here, then get the healthy lower back sequence. Now, we're here like this. This is how the owl works. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Keep your ear on your shoulder. And then tuck your chin toward the chest. And then look under the right armpit. Stay here and breathe. We're going to stay here for about 20 seconds. I want you to relax your elbows, your eyebrows, your jaw, your ankles are loose. And do not hold your breath. Breathe deeply. Simply relax and enjoy the stretch. This is a tight area, but it will loosen up over time as you continue to do this stretch. If you have a friend that could come by and do some pressure point work, or kind of massage your shoulder blade area while you're in this stretch, that is a fantastic way to speed up the time it takes to release those tight muscles. So staying here, take an inhale, sink into the stretch, say ah. And then let yourself come back up. Nicely done. Now we're going to get the other side. Hands down by the shins, bend your knees if you need to. Right ear to right shoulder. This is the owl. Chin to the chest. Stretching between the shoulder blades. Keep your ear on the shoulder and the chin to the chest and look under the opposite armpit. Shoulders down, face relaxed. 20 seconds while you breathe. Make sure your elbows are not holding tension. Your shoulder blades are loose. Your jaw is relaxed. Easily breathing in and breathing in. So staying here. Take an inhale, sink into the stretch, say ah. Slowly let yourself come back up. That is such a great stretch. Now then, a couple more moves. Rolling the halo to stretch the neck. Chin to the chest. Half circle roll till the left ear is over the left shoulder. And then half circle roll the other way so the right ear is over the right shoulder. Inhale as you roll to the side, breathe in. Exhale, roll the other way. Head to the center, lift your head up. And now we're going to bring left ear to left shoulder. Not shoulder to ear, shoulder down. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, right ear toward the right shoulder. Shoulders down. Inhale up. Exhale, side. Inhale up. Exhale, side. Perfect. We're going to close with one last stretch, and it's very simply this. All we're going to do is bring one arm up, put it behind for a tricep stretch, place the other hand here. If it feels comfortable, pull the arm back so you feel a stretch in the tricep area. That's the back of the arm right through here, which elongates all down through this lower shoulder area. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Roll the shoulder. Other side. Here. Opposite hand. Bring it back. Feel the stretch. Try not to collapse your head if you can. Once again, this isn't a major stretch, just a gentle release for this area in the tricep, down the lower part of the shoulder. Breathe in. Say ah. Down. Both shoulders nice and loose. You've completed phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Congratulations. All right. Congratulations on completing Healthy Shoulder and Rotator Cuff Secrets. Listen, this is when you want to do this. Before any activity that might aggravate your shoulder or your shoulder blades. That could be a sport you like to play. That could be working on the computer, or even before you go to bed at night if it hurts to lay on your shoulder while you're trying to sleep. If you continue to do this, it's going to make a world of difference for your shoulder and the tightness in your shoulder blades. But listen, this is just the beginning. I have so many other great programs. Healthy weight loss, leg, stomach, and butt toning, healthy lower back secrets, water fitness, and even my White Tiger yoga. So, what I want you to do is stay in touch with me. I want you to go to facebook.com and put in White Tiger Wellness. And also visit my webpage, whitetigerwellness.com. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.